Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody. Come on in, get comfortable, relax, and let's have some fun with an evening of coloring and chat and laughter. Oh, so good to see everybody. Welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and chat. Glad to see you. There we go. Hi, Rhonda. Welcome to my Facebook lurkers who watch, but don't come in the room. That's okay, but hey, we'd love to have you come in and say something. And welcome to my YouTube viewers. So this goes to video on Facebook, and I then take that video and I also upload it to YouTube. Alright. So it looks like everything is copacetic. Hi, Sandy. Zoom in. Zoom out. Hello, Ashley. All right, hopefully we won't have any broadcasting issues tonight. Get those gremlins out of there. Okay, Sandy says she's going to listen. She's on her way home from dinner with friends. Okay, Sandy. Yeah, we don't want you texting and driving. Hi, Mary. Okay, several things to talk about. So, I'm going to be probably getting to a new project tonight. We'll finish up this little guy here, which is from Hello Autumn. And from what I can tell, you guys are really enjoying this project, so that's good, because of course that's the point. Alright. So the first thing I wanted to tell you is I'm working on this image. This is from Life Escapes Coloring Collection 3. And Wanda put a link in the room. All of the Life Escapes books, or a good portion of them, are on sale. And they are 75% off. So a $10 book is like $2, $2.50. Yeah, $2.50, that's it exactly. So guys, if you can, I would highly suggest that you grab them. So I've grabbed a few copies for the group already. Beautiful, beautiful images. We'll have fun with it. So this is the one that I'm working on right now. I'm just playing around with it. And this is from collection number 3. So they've got a collection. They've got several books that are just collections, and the collections are different images, no particular theme. So I saw this one, thought I would work it up and show it to you. All right. The second thing that I wanted to mention is I put a notice in the room. An acquaintance friend of mine is a teacher for grade school kids, and she is looking to get books for her kids, and I think that that's incredibly important. Hi, Maddie. And so I've put a posting up there. She is asking for $1 a month for 9 months per student, so $9. And if you guys can help her out, that would be great. If not, no sweat. I never, ever, ever ask for money or whatever in the group. And this is just a very rare, once in a blue moon thing. I saw her posting last night, and I donated, well, first I donated $9, and then God was saying, ILene, you got to do better than that. So I gave her 27. So if you guys care to contribute, and listen, it doesn't necessarily have to be the full $9, guys. If you can contribute $1. Yeah, it's posted in announcements, Maddie. It's already there. Oh, posted on my page. Yeah, I'll share it to my page. That's a good idea. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca says, hello all, just popping in really fast. We are off on a long-awaited family vacation. Oh, Rebecca, have fun, be safe. Have a good time. Love you, sweetie. Check in when you get back, okay? Where are you going, real quick? All right. All right, guys. So I just wanted to make that announcement real quick. And listen, I don't want this thing with this book deal. Do not make it a financial burden. If you can't do it, no sweat. That's not the point of the announcement. I just wanted to make you guys aware of it. And that's all I'm doing. Okay. Okie dokie smoky. So let's go ahead and work on this. And then later this evening, when I finish the project, I am going to switch over. Oh, Rebecca, I am so sorry. We did ask for an update. Your cousin Diana's husband, Ray, passed away this morning from complications of COVID-19. Oh, damn. I am so sorry, Rebecca. Thank you for letting us know, sweetie. All right, well, you have a safe vacation. Where are you going for vacation? Tell me real quick. All right, so meanwhile, this book is from Fairy and Fantasy 2 by Christine Karron. And this is Fairy and Fantasy, Christine Karron. Branson, Missouri. Okay, bye. Bye, Rebecca. Alright guys, here are the books that will be coloring out of. Fairy and Fantasy 2 and Fairy and Fantasy. I've got both of them. So we'll play with these. Okay. Alright. Let's get coloring, guys. And I want to thank, by the way, all the people that have already or will be contributing to Samantha's Kids for these books. Rhonda, thank you. Maddie, thank you. Sandra, thank you. All right. So, hello, Autumn. Let's get our coloring on. So a lot of you have said that you use this time to color your projects. I am ready to color with ya. Just checking for something really quick. So I colored apples for you last night, guys. Zoom in. So these are the apples that I did for you. And I think everything's turning out really well. Did a light blue background just to establish it. And we'll get going on the rest of this. All right. La, da, da, da. Hi, Sandra. Okay, I'm not sure what these little guys here, I'm going to treat them as peaches. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I've got a really nice color here. It's called Pumpkin, which actually would also make a nice flesh color. Zoom in. Could be plums. You know what? I bet you're right. Change of plan. I'll make them plums. That'll work. Okay, so this is a lavender mist color. Happens to be from Brute Funner. Now, I also want you to realize, too, is plums also come in a really nice dark purple color. And actually what I meant to say, come in a nice purplish red. So we can go ahead and vary the colors. Aisha, hi. Anchorage, Alaska's checking in. Always glad to see you, Aisha. Maddie says, hi, A. Okay, so I'm also here, I'm going to grab a red-ish purple. It's the Hello Autumn book, Aisha. That's the book I've been doing these two projects in. Okay, now, and again, it looks wonky close up. Zoom out. Pearly. So when you're coloring, you know that I'm always encouraging you to work with your various tints and shades. Maybe one day I would love to show you my coloring that I'm doing. Well, how come you're not showing us now, sweetie? That's what this group's for. Okay, so I'm going to blend this, get them nice and smooth. Remember, not all your pencils are going to play nice with your paper necessarily. Depends what brands you're using. And I want these plums nice and smooth. And then what I'm going to use is I'm glad you like the apple, Sandra. Thank you. Very straightforward to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get our shading in. Different purple now on these. And remember, when you shade, you gotta blend. Oh yeah, Sandra, apples are a big Canadian harvest. I remember when I was young that we went up to Niagara-on-the-Lake and there were apple trees lining the roads, and there would be apple stands, of course. Okay, now it looks like these are blending together, but I'm just shading my lightest ones and then I'll shade my medium. And I remember that we stopped at one of the stands and bought apples, and I remember I bit into that apple and then I set it down, and that apple absolutely did not turn color at all. It was so fresh. Okay, now I'm using my marker on this one to enhance the side of my plum. And remember, I told you that you gotta blot them. So the concept here is that you're using pencil and then you're putting your marker, your water-based marker, on top of it and then blotting. All right, see how that's shading? And then I've got my darkest area. And hello to everybody that's coming in. All right, everybody see how rich that looks now, gray pie. Hi, Sarah. Pumpkin pie. Oh, Maddie, knock it off. Zoom out. And then I'm just taking my finger and I'm just rubbing just a little bit, just to smooth everything out. Doesn't that look cool, guys? Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, now I'm going to put a little tiny stem on there. Everybody see that? Sandra says that her dad loved raisin pie, which of course were grapes before they became raisins. I have never had raisin pie. Okay, everybody see how we've got that little teeny tiny stem? And I didn't necessarily put it on all of them. Zoom out. Oh man, that looks good actually. Oh, it's akin to mincemeat pie. Okay. All right. Now guys, I'm noticed a little bit of stuttering in the picture, so if I get booted, you know I'll be right back. So I'm thinking that I would like some light blue candles. Zoom in. So here's my light blue, and then I'm going to take a little bit of purple, hi Sharon. Remember how I've always, I talk about using different colors, not just shading. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little purple with this blue. Purple and blue work. All right. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right, I need your patience here for a second. Sit tight, please. Hi, Rita. Give me a second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. We're trying it again. Oh, love it. Come on in, come on back. The gremlins are doing their best. We shall not be defeated. Zoom in. Okay. So the last thing I was doing is I was coloring these delicious plums and adding little stems to them. Oh no, that's not right. The last thing I was doing is I was coloring these candles. So come on back in. Hi, Helen. Hi, Dorothy. I am having all sorts of broadcasting issues tonight, guys. So when you come in, say something so I know you can hear me. Zoom in. And also by commenting, I know that I'm seeing your comments as well. Dorothy, how are you doing today? All right, and just to let you know, I'm not seeing any comments, so we're still having broadcasting issues. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off and try again. Back in a little bit. See you shortly. Oh, Helen, you can hear. Okay, there we go. Zoom in. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, Helen, thank you. All right. Yeah, Helen, I'm having all sorts of broadcast issues. Everybody got kicked out, so we'll get there. Zoom in. All right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to work on these candles. Zoom in. And you know me, I'm all about extras. So I'm going to add a little bit of dripping wax. Probably, Helen, at some point on the flame, just haven't decided yet. Alright guys, so what I'm doing is I'm adding some extra wax drip. The gremlins are in full force tonight. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my Arteza white pen, and we'll go ahead and get rid of a couple of these lines. Zoom in. And of course I've got to let these dry. All right. Now Helen was asking about the yellow and orange flame. So we'll go ahead and light these little guys. And what I want you to notice when I'm drawing the flame, I'm not going to draw a flame because I've got right here, because I've got this leaf in the way. We don't want to burn the tree down. Now, what I want you to notice when I'm drawing this flame is I'm going to draw a little one in the center. See how I'm doing that? And then I'm going to go ahead and draw a second one around it, and even put a little bit of something on the inside there. Now, as Helen pointed out as well, is that if you don't want to draw your flame, you can go ahead and just do your yellow and orange. Either way is fine. Now, as colorists, we are so used to seeing things with lines around them that is our inclination to go ahead and draw with the lines around them. And I will be doing some future projects that don't have everything drawn. Okay, so I'm going to put a shorter width on here. And I need to wait just a little bit longer here for my pen to dry, my Arteza. There we go. All right. And I'm actually feeling very blessed that we haven't had too many problems with broadcasting lately, so this is the first one in a while. Zoom out. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to make these sticks. The candle holder gold. And your options of drawing your gold or coloring with your gold are just to get a gold pencil, or the other way to do it, which is the way I'm doing it now, is we're going to go ahead and use yellow and brown, because of course when you put those together, that's where you're getting your gold. So now I'm going to come in with my brown. And remember, you want it a little bit lighter behind your glass. And then we'll go back and actually this color that I'm using, it's the marigold color. Yeah, Maddie, any color like that over your yellow. So if you add the metallic to it, like Helen is suggesting, that's going to shine that up. And that was actually my next step. I just wanted to dampen down my yellow a little bit. So here's my metallic bronze. And you can definitely see the difference now. See on the top where I haven't colored it yet? Directly underneath the candle. And the effect is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully you can see that. And if you want to play with it a little further, you can also put that metallic, just kind of favor one of the sides of the lines a little bit. as I did here, and that even gives you more dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and outline now these trays. Zoom in. And you'll see that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, now while I'm close up, I'm going to go ahead and finish with my wax. So I've dripped my wax over the side of the candle. And what you want to do is grab your marker and dab it over that Arteza pencil that you put in. I'm sorry, Arteza ink. Because if you try and use your pencil, you're going to scrape away that white. And I'm sorry that I slipped off camera there, guys. And if you really want to play with it, here's another option for you, is you can take your marker and obliterate, go over that line that you drew for the extra wax. Voila. Isn't that cool? Anybody have any question about that? And then I'm going to go back and add my last wick that I took out earlier. Yeah, we've got 3 of them. Now, I want you to notice that over this ink, I'm just dotting my wick back on. You don't want to rub it with your pencil, guys. Okay. And then we've got our little holder cups. I'm going to use a silver metallic. Zoom out. And then on the flame, I'm going to go ahead and use a little dab of orange. And then I'm going to use a metallic red. And Sandy is back home safely. Zoom out. Now, I realize, you know, that the candles and the candelabra are just for decoration at the picnic, but I did want to go ahead and show you some options for coloring up the candles. And putting that flame on there and adding extra wax. So we need to suspend practicality. All right, bottom of the wine glass, very light blue. On the edges just to represent the glass. And notice that I stopped the wine partway down the stem. Now, technically speaking as well, I could have finished off the glass and just had the wine in the top, but that's okay. I'm getting there, Helen. Give me a chance. I got to put my sky in first before I can put my yellow glow in. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll color up some of these cheeses now. Zoom in. And I'm going to go ahead and balance out these plates, meaning that I'm also going to do, let's see, we'll do the same yellow on this one too. Now, you guys know that I like to use the different colors on images. So with that yellow, I'm going to pop in a little bit of orange. Oh, Sandy said she picked up a couple of nice plastic containers with 7 drawers to hold her pencils at Michael's for 40% off. Yeah. Now, I want to remind you, when you're adding a second color, you can either outline with it or you can color it over completely. So in other words, you can let your bottom color show different ways. Do you want your bottom color to show a lot? Do you want your bottom color to show a little? It depends. Okay, now this cheese here is going to have a rind on it. And I want a good healthy red, so I'm using my water-based markers. And all you have to do is just repeat your strokes over it to get however dark you want to be. That looks so cool. Smoke Gouda, yep. Yep. And then I'm going to use a very pale yellow. And I'm going to take just a hint of brown and put that around the outside. Details, guys, details. When you're coloring a page, I want you to think about surprising and delighting your audience. Even if it's just you, because when all this comes together, it's going to look really neat. Anybody have any question about my thought process on that? zoom out. Sandra, I'm so happy for you about scoring those containers. Have fun. And I did not complete my candelabra here. Let me get that base in. We absolutely do not want that falling over. Oh, come on, guys. That was a good joke. All right. Oh, each door is a different color? Cool. All right, so let's get another color for our cheese. Let's see what we can come up with here. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right, so let's detail up these last pieces of cheese. And I'm just making sure that the colors, my yellows or my greens, that I'm picking out different colors. Oh, no kidding. I'm surprised there aren't any crackers on that. Isn't that weird? Okay, let's see what we can come up with for that last color on that cheese. If you're stumbling on cheese colors, like I said, zoom in. Just pick out your different yellows from your colors. As long as you're different, you'll be okay. Now for the holes, I'm going to go ahead and pop in a little bit of orange here. And we'll go ahead and put that on the edge. Everybody see while I'm doing that. And I'm also going to add a little bit of gold to this particular piece of cheese as well. Zoom out. Zoom out. Isn't that cool? Guys, this is what happens when you sweat the details. All right. Now I'm going to fill in some of my gaps where I wasn't sure when something was a color or not. So it looks like right here, this is part of the table runner. Zoom in. And I'm going to color this as part of the table runner as well. So that means my orange and my brown. Okay, we've got 2 plates left, a dish, the grass. We're going to bold up the sky a little bit, shade the table, and we're done. Hi, Kathy. So we've got a lot of colors working here now. And I'm going to take a very light gray. Kathy, Kathy, Kathy. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Actually, I have changed my mind. So we're going to... We are going to zoom in. Make ourselves a little wood tray. So, you get your pen out, put a couple squiggles on it, don't get carried away. Do not be intimidated about drawing on your pieces. How many of you have started drawing on your coloring book pages since you've been with me? Okay, so I'm going to close up this dish just a little bit. I'm going to let this ink dry here, and let's go ahead and take care of this dish. Okay, Sandy says she has. Kathy says not yet. Why not, Kathy? Maddie, I know you are. And let's go ahead and shadow this a little bit. And the color that I'm using is called a brownish gray. It actually looks a little green to me. Zoom out. Angela, Angela. Anybody wondering why I'm going with the gray on this plate? Thoughts, comments? Opinions? Guesses? ILene. Angela, type my name with a capital L so I can see it. Tone down the fluorescent green table. Spot on, Angela. And not only that, we've got so many bright colors going on. We've got the leaves, we've got the poncho. Actually, Angela, if you type my entire name in caps, then I can see it easier. And that way I don't miss comments as often. Okay, zoom in. So at this point, guys, we have got so many colors floating around on this piece that we want it to work like an orchestra, right? And work together. Yeah, and I'm not done with the table yet. That's just my base color. Now, I want to point something out to you. You may have wondered why I slapped that fluorescent green on that table earlier. Anyone care to speculate on that? I like the table too. Carolyn. Hi, sweetie. Carolyn. You've been MIA. So Kathy says, ILene, whenever I hear Marsha, Marsha, I think of Davy Jones. Exactly. Carolyn. How come you've been missing? We've been missing you lately. You really missed the time last night. Anyone care to tell her what we ended up doing last night? Maybe we shouldn't tell her. She's going to really think I'm bonky. Zoom out. Oh man, zoom out. Zoom out. Look at that. Now, I'll say this again, and again, and again. I don't want you guys getting frustrated in the middle of your coloring. And I don't want you saying, oh my gosh, it looks horrible, and pitch it. Or saying, I got the wrong color, I don't like it. You tore your ACL and or PCL and who knows what else. MRI is Friday. Oh, jeez. Carolyn, how did you do that? That's right, we had a big music night last night. ILene went off the rails. 3 national anthems and We Are Family. At least Maddie hasn't disowned me yet. Yeah, that was the bad part. ILene was singing. I cannot sing. But A for effort anyway. I'm using a relatively neutral light source. Pretty much upper left, lower right. Okay. So what was I saying about working on pieces and getting frustrated? And listen, guys, this piece is a prime candidate for that, because individually the things are a little wonky, but you start putting them together and it comes out beautifully. So let's go ahead and work up this table a little bit. The perspective is not the best. They should be, the legs, the line should be up this way. Zoom in. See? These lines should be up this way and not flat like this. So your grandson wanted to do some Roman candles last week, so I let him do it. It went crazy as soon as I lit it. I grabbed it. He ran scared, but some of the paper was smoldering in his hair. I tried to run after him, and I felt 2 pops and was face first in the grass. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, let's try to get this back in focus. Zoom out. Oh, guys, what's going on here now? Oh, Facebook. Zoom out. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. There we go. Zoom in. So your grandson is okay? And I'm so sorry that happened to you. Alright, so we went with a bright green table because I wanted to look like a plastic type picnic table. And I'm going to tone down that green just a little bit. And that way it doesn't look weird. Oh, I'm so glad that he was brave and helped you. Zoom out. For some very odd reason, that reminds me of that scene in The Godfather where Don Corleone is in the garden with his grandson. And he basically falls over and has a heart attack, and the kid gets all upset and runs in. Or runs off camera, of course. Oh, Sandy says she picked up these Koh-i-Noor Polycolor pencils, 12-pack, clearance $10, originally $30. I've heard of them. I've never used them. Please post how you like them, will you? Can you take your white gel pen and white out the correct perspective on the table legs? Oh, gosh. I'll tell you, I am inclined to do that. Oh, Angela says she loves them. Listen, guys, I want to remind you about something. We are a teaching group, and we help each other. So when you get pencils like that, like the Kohinoor, and you like them, please slap a post up and tell people. Yeah, I may work on fixing it, Carolyn. Angela, why do you love your Kohinoor pencils? Yeah, and Carolyn, look, this part back here is not the best either. Oh my gosh, this whole thing's got to be fixed. Okay, so Angela says they're very smooth. I have the woodless regular and watercolor. They were one of my first sets of pencils that you got. Okay. And again, guys, I can't emphasize this enough. Please, if you have little tidbits of information, post it, please. Zoom in. Hi, Amy. And guys, the other purpose of this group is just we're chatting as stuff comes up while I'm coloring. Oh, you got the Castle Arts 120 set. Okay. Carolyn says, since I missed out on the 520 set of Brett Funner, I got the Castle Arts 120 with the case for 42 bucks. Okay. My understanding that those Brett Funners are coming back. I did a very brief unboxing of them the other night, if anybody's interested in seeing that. It was towards the end of the broadcast. Okay, look how pretty that table looks now. So I took the fluorescent green, put this green on top of it, and we've got it looking like one of those tables that you know, just a picnic table that sits outside. Excuse me. So again, guys, this picture is the poster child for looking really wonky while you're working on it. But once you get the pieces put together and colored in, it all falls into place. Zoom out. Zoom out. See, the whole perspective of this table is off. It's, Okay. So Amy says, we live on one side of the American River and there was a brief fire on the other side, but I could see the smoke from your backyard. Ooh. Okay, guys, let's see if I can resurrect this table. And then what I'm going to do, I only have a little bit more to do, but I'm going to pop over to my other sheet. Zoom in. So here's what I'm going to do to see if I can fix this. I want you guys to see what I'm doing here. Is I'm going to see if I can fix these table legs to make them look correct as far as the perspective. That's a little better. Now, I'm not going to fuss over it, but I want to do this as an object lesson for you. Is if you run into something, I don't want you to hesitate in fixing it like this. So, white pencil on there. Pencil, pen. White on there. Zoom in. I don't keep a project sheet. Actually, my pencils are in front of me. and I really don't keep a record of what I use. But when I'm working on something, I make sure I keep them on my desk. Okay, now I'm going to leave that white dry, but I am going to show you I'm getting a little ahead of the game, but I want to show you this because I want you to see the correction. So I used a little whiteout. I'm sorry. Arteza gel pen. And I erased the part of the table leg to see how that perspective would look. And then whited it out, the part that I felt that I didn't need. Anybody have any question about that? Now I'm jumping the gun on putting the black pen on, but I want to show you. The corrections are very easy. And if something bugs you enough, I wholeheartedly suggest you fix it. Carolyn, is that what you use as you use a blank project sheet? Anybody else keep track of their pencils as they color? Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, I think that looks better. Comments? Everybody see what I did with these legs? And do you think it looks better? Okay, Rhonda says she's got a pencil holder for just what I'm working on. That's what I do as well. And if you have 2 or 3 projects that you're working on, you get 2 or 3 pencil holders. Oops. Zoom out. Okay. Do you guys want me to take a break from this and finish it tomorrow and pop over to a different project? Let me show you what I'm looking at. Guys, you've got to get to the point that you're okay with changing up your pieces. These are little changes, no artistic really experience is needed. Okay, Carolyn says yes, because sometimes I can't get right back to it the next day, so I have them written down. Yep. And then I can get back to it. Yep. Okay. Question. You want me to take a break from this and pop over to one of these? Yes or no? If not, I will continue with the picnic set. And if I don't do more on it tonight, I will do it tomorrow. So give me a quick yes or no. Oh, okay. Sandy says, I also like to do jigsaw puzzles, and I have this ladybug that I use to pick up puzzle dust. And it works great with picking up eraser shavings. Okay. Carolyn likes the little girl with the dragon. How about I do that one? You guys want me to work on that one? Dragon or apple? Are these grayscale? Technically speaking, grayscale are the pictures, like photographs. So, no, this is line art with lots of shading. Okay, everybody wants the dragon. We can do this. Zoom out. Okay, this is from Fairy and Fantasy. There's the book cover, just in case you guys want to see it. And there's a Fairy and Fantasy book too. Don't confuse them. Okay? All right. Give me 1 second to get a piece of protective paper. Your wish is my command. I will do the dragon. La-da-dum. How could I say no to you guys? And and by the way, I want to repeat myself about my request for helping on those books for the children. Rita, are you still here? I want to thank everybody that jumped right in. I can't, I love you. Okay. Oh, and that reminds me, I came across Rita. I wanted to thank you for jumping in to offer to help with those books. And I want to make clear that it doesn't necessarily have to be the full $9. But $9 buys those books for a year. And I actually contributed $27 myself. I contributed $9, and I was getting nagged. God said, ILene, So I decided to put in $18 more, which is neither here nor there. I'm not trying to compare or goad or shame you or anything like that. That's totally not me. Oh, Angela, don't, okay, but don't, guys, please do not hurt yourself doing this, please. That's not the point. Samantha is a very nice lady. A while back, she was requesting help with some other books, and she sent a list that she needed, and I was able to afford a small book. But guys, if you can't do $9, do $1, really. And you can do Facebook Pay and all that other stuff. Okay, I want to show you a little, oh, and the other thing I wanted to say is this is the first time in the entire time since running this group that I've ever posted a message like that. It just really touched my heart, and I felt that we could come together as a group to do this. She's trying to raise $180 total. Oh, Carolyn, a friend of mine, it's in announcements. She's a grade school teacher here in the States. And she was asking for $1 per month for 9 months to get books for her students. And so $9 takes care of one student for the entire year. So I put in a request, if my group cared to help, you can jump in and help. Okay, I want to show you something that I saw. These are my Cali Art markers, alcohol. I'm going to be playing with them tonight. And I tend to store them upright. Well, I happened to come across a YouTube. Hi, Rhonda. I happened to come across a YouTube that the lady stores them horizontally. And the reason that she does that is to keep the ink flowing in the right directions. So what I've been doing now, oh my gosh, I knew I dropped that. You guys are going to laugh. No, the school doesn't provide them. Oh, this is embarrassing. I dropped a goldfish cracker and it landed in my bag, and it's at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. Zoom in. Zoom in. Can you guys see that little orange thing? That goldfish cracker landed in there at the bottom. Anyway. No, the school does not provide them. And unfortunately here in the United States, our school systems are screwed up. and the teachers have to end up buying a lot of their own supplies for the kids. And Samantha is a very, very trustworthy lady. And the money's, in fact, when she said make out your check, she doesn't really necessarily want it made out to her. Okay, so what I started to say, guys, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. So apparently you're supposed to store your markers horizontally. Well, that's not convenient for me because I don't have the space. So what I'm doing now is when I'm done using my markers, I zip it up and I turn it completely over, so upside down. So I want to let you guys know that it's going to make a difference apparently with the flow of the marker ink. I did not know that. I found it out recently and I will be posting about it. So these are my markers with a goldfish cracker in the bottom of it. I'm embarrassed to say. All right. So did that make sense about storing your markers? Turn them upside down. And maybe every month or so, turn them right side up again. If you can't store them horizontally. Alrighty. And you know I'm going to start with this dragon. La-da-da-dum. Yeah, and yeah. And Carolyn, it really sucks here in the U.S. I mean, our teachers, they have to buy their own pencils. You know, they buy stuff for their kids. They buy notebooks and paper and glue and stuff like that. And it's pretty bad. So for this particular project, okay, I am just swatching some colors here. I thought I would reach out to you guys and see if anybody was interested. Again, do not stress your finances over this, please. That's not the point, and that would make me feel bad. Zoom in. Okay. Alcohol markers. La-da-da-dum. Now, your inclination may be to color the inside of the ear right away. I'm going to sit tight and not do that. And I'm also going to wait on coloring the horn. Now, alcohol markers are more vivid in color, but they are not blendable easily. But the resultant piece of coloring is absolutely beautiful. I know, too TSC, too stinking cute. Oop. Zoom out. Zoom out. Now, my pirate, this is my scrap. My pirate, the bird's done in alcohol markers. The outfit is done in alcohol marker. The waves, the boat, the beard I did with pencil. Oh, and the hat's done in alcohol marker. Hi, Wanda. Angela says she's got the Spectrum Noir Tribland markers and loved them. Okay. Hello, Wanda. Zoom in. Oh, yeah. See, yeah. Carolyn, so you know what I'm talking about. Oh, tri-blend markers. Okay. Well, like I said, I never, ever, ever post something like that in my group. But I just got to be in my bonnet to do it. And I decided to do that. And you guys can decide what you want to do about it. No worries if you can't do anything. Okay. Now take your time. Do I use a blending medium with my, I assume that you mean alcohol markers? I haven't a lot. My markers came with a blender, and I really don't use it a lot. But I do sometimes if I just have any problems, just to even out the color. Now, as I also told you, is you can use your colored pencils that are the same color to even out any of your wonky strokes. And Sandy, that's exactly right. Work with your watercolor markers first before you try your alcohol ones. Okay, I'm leaving the eye of my dragon alone because I may want to play with that. Remember, you can always go back. And Sandy, what I want you to do, I want you to watch my videos. You've seen me work with water-based markers quite a bit. 'Cause, 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 This Cali Art set comes with that blender. Oh, Miss Kathy, good night. I'm on for about 35 more minutes. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. So glad you made it tonight. Zoom in. So far, I like the Cali Arts. Now, remember, when you go over a spot a second time, good night, Pearl, Pearly. Love you, Miss Pearly. Sweet dreams. Now again, I'm not doing the inside of the tummy yet until I decide what I want to do with it. And this is another reason why I don't want you rushing into areas. You always need to leave your options open. Oh, too cute. Zoom out. Oh my gosh, isn't that adorable? All right. Zoom out. Good night, Miss Angela. Always glad to see you, sweetie. Angela, before you go, when is your weight loss surgery? Sorry to catch you while you're going out the door, sweetie. She may not have heard me. Okay. Zoom in. Now I'm going to play with the skin tones. Don't freak out on me. And the trick here when you do this is you're going to want to have a very good blend. But just trust me on this. My devious little laugh. Oh, there we go. I finally got the reaction from Wanda. ILene! I was expecting her to say no. Wanda, do you really want me to show you the same thing day after day after day? Okay. Am I feeling okay? I'm feeling very good. Wanda, did you get a chance to look at last night's broadcast about the 35-minute mark? It got a little wild. Oh, you'll have to see it. Go into it and go to about the 35-minute mark. Anybody want to tell her what happened? Rhonda says, ILene, your imagination is always surprising and wonderful. Somebody fill Wanda in about what happened last night. ILene is your fearless leader. Wanda, what basically happened was, you know how Sandra pops in from Canada? And I keep starting and I'll go, oh, Canada. Well, that's all I know of that anthem. And I told her, I said, one of these days I'm going to have to sing that thing all the way through. So we got to talk, you know, we were talking and goofing around and coloring and everything else that we do here. And I quietly put on the Canadian National Anthem from YouTube and played it. So we were all laughing about that and enjoying it. Oops, not on the lips. And Sandra was saying, and I stood up too when it played. Yeah, Rhonda says, let's just say there was a lot of singing going on representing England, Canada, United States, and then our family anthem. So Sandra was in the room. So then I had to play. I felt that I needed to play the national anthem for the UK. So I did. God save the Queen, of course. Well, after playing those two anthems, I said, hey, you know, need to play ours. So I played the American anthem. And then, of course, after doing all that, I had to play our theme song. Our Sister Sledge, We Are Family. So we had an interesting time last night, and nobody expected it. It's just one of those things that popped out. Needless to say, we had a good time. Oh yeah, got lots of coloring done. The only time, the only time I stopped coloring was when the American anthem played, so I could put my hand on my heart. We had a good time. Okay. Yeah, that poor girl is breaking out in a rash or something. Yeah. Oh, Wanda, by the way, I have purchased several books from Life Escapes with that 75% discount. I love it. I got the ballerina book. And you remember those splash books that I got, the series, like, you know, 1 through 1, 2, 3, 4? I think there was like 1 or 2 I didn't get. They've got a number 5 they just came out with. I'm waiting for my bank to call me and say, excuse me, did you make all of these charges? Wanda, I think you'd like it. It's pretty. Delicate. And I got a couple of surprises for you guys. Yeah, the Splash 4. Yeah. I've got that in hard copy. You remember I did a couple pieces from it? So guys, what my suggestion would be, even if you don't have a printer, get the books because they're on sale. They're 75% off. So a $10 book is like $2.75. Sandra, a line art, this is a line art image. Grayscale is made from pictures, and what they do is they'll take a picture either in black and white or in color, and then they'll turn it into the values of gray. And that's what we color over when we do the grayscale. That piece that I showed you with the flowers and the head, zoom out. Zoom out. This is grayscale. Do you see this? This was a picture that was taken. Well, an artist's drawing, but it was done in black and white. And then you go in and you color over it. This is grayscale. This is line art. That means that this was drawn and they just shaded it in with their pencil to make the shading here. All of this is line art. Okay. Does that answer your question, Miss Sandy? Grayscale is done from a photograph. Line art is done from an artist that draws it. The Hello Autumn picture is line art as well. This is just line art that's got shading on it that the artist added. Grayscale is a colored picture that's been converted to black and white and lightened, and then you can go over that and color it. That's right, it's completely two different methods. Line art can be drawn to look like grayscale because it has gray shading, but this is not grayscale. This is line art where the artist drew the lines together, closer together to make them look gray. Well, technically speaking, well, what they're saying is that this grayscale is that it's got this shading on it. Sandy and Ashley, I will address that tomorrow because Dawn has an excellent explanation of it in her books. Okay guys, so what I'm doing now, my understanding is the 70% is for the entire month. Wanda, is that correct? Wanda posted a link in our group, and you have to go down to the very bottom of that link and get the coupon and get the code to get the 70% off. Hey Wanda, will you do me a favor? Will you go back into your posting for that 70% off and take the coupon code and put it at the top above the link? Yeah, for the month of July. Carolyn, it's for Life Escapes, and they are, actually, I think they've gone all digital. No, I'm wrong. It's their digital versions. Life Escapes is a company that produces grayscale images. That's what they're known for. Okay, now I know this image looks wonky, right? We've talked about this stuff before. Let me get there with how this thing is going to look. I'm using my white pencil now, and I'm blending out my colors so they're nice and soft, just like skin would be. Now, the biggest thing with doing this kind of coloring with these different color patches is making sure, oh, Wanda, thank you, is making sure that your colors are blending smoothly from one to the next. So I'm using a combination of white pencil and blender pencil to get that effect. Oh, you posted the link? Okay. Now, the nose is totally out of whack because I haven't finished the colors with it yet. And again, guys, all of this is going to make sense as I'm doing this project. Okay, now notice I left the eyelids alone for a reason. Hang with me, guys. Hanging. Now, in order to pull this look off, it's not just putting patchy colors on the skin. Zoom in. It's all about putting your colors on and blending them. And you want them very, very smooth. And notice on the eye, I'm going with a slightly lighter purple, and then behind that lid, I'm going to go a little bit darker, which means I just repeatedly stroke it. See it? And then notice in this area where this white patch appeared, you want to go a very light purple, or whatever color you're using. Everybody see that? How I'm getting that? So that eye just absolutely pops. Okay? So darker line right here to push that eye crease. A little lighter on the eye itself. And I also want you to notice in this piece that I didn't use the multiple colors on the eyes, because that would confuse everything. Oh man, that's pretty. And then I'm going to use my white pencil just to lighten up this highlighted area just a little more. I just want to kick it up a little. And I've got a little bit of face here that I missed. Now, what I also want you to watch, you shudder to think about what color her hair will be. Oh, no, not this. I'll be good. All right. Now I'm going to take this yellow and I'm going to run it over that pink a little. Because I want to smooth that out. Notice I am not running it over the blue. Why? Yellow and blue make what? So we don't want a green face. But what I want you to see now is by running this yellow over the appropriate colors, that's pulling everything together. Now, what you do on yours is going to depend on the colors that you use. Glittery hair. Okay. Rhonda says her dog keeps looking over at me like I was crazy, laughing into space. Oh, that reminds me. I got to tell you guys something. Remember when I told you that my dog, whose name I don't want to use because I don't want her to attract your attention at the moment? And I want to show you one more thing before I sign off, that when I would end my broadcast, she'd come over and want food because that's when I stuff my face. Well, originally I thought it was because, okay, now I'm going to touch up with a little pink here. Originally I thought it was because she was sensing the time. Well, when I ran super late with you guys, she just stayed where she was, and I thought that's kind of weird. But the minute that I signed off, she came over. So it's not the time that she's responding to, it's the words. So when I do my normal, you know, words and good night and everything thing that goes with it, that's when she comes over. It just struck me funny. Zoom out. All right. Now I want to do one more thing before you guys pop out of here. And again, as I said to you, this may not be your cup of tea, but I want you to see the method. Zoom in. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm taking a light to medium gray, and I'm starting to work on my shadows. Oh, Maribel, hi. Maribel. Maribel, I love that image of that young girl that you recently drew. Would you be willing you get your letting people color it for free? Would you be willing to post it in our group so we could color it as well? Oop. Broke my leg. Too much pressure. Oh, you can't sell it? How come? How come you can't sell it? All right, everybody see now how I'm putting that light shadow around the outside? And then anywhere that we have a curl like this and an overlap, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that gray in there. Oh, you used the photo and you can't credit. Okay, okay. Now, does everybody see how this face is coming into focus? Because I'm putting the light gray around it. And you know I'm not done, right? Now, I'm letting my gray spill into my image a little bit, and there's a reason for this. So, I want you to think about, let's see how to describe what I'm doing. You know how a man will have a 5 o'clock shadow? That's the equivalent of what I'm doing here. Very light, but it's there. Now notice how I'm adding depth to the eyes by putting the gray underneath here. And that's really making these puppies pop. All right, one more step and then I'm out of here. Zoom out. Now, this piece looks horrid. I don't know if horrid's the word for it, but it's just totally out of context right now because we haven't done the rest of it. So this is where you need to have faith in what you're doing and what I'm doing. Okay, and here's now, so now I'm going to take a darker gray, zoom in, and guys, this is not, again, it's not complex. So I put that lighter gray on there, and now I'm coming back with a slightly darker gray yet. And what I want you to see is with this darker gray, the lighter gray is out a little further. Zoom in. Zoom in. That lighter gray is protruding out a little more. So think of it as a shadow having a shadow. Does that make sense? Now, we don't want to put any on this side because you're assuming your light source is from your upper left to your lower right. Zoom out. Rhonda says, ILene, I think one night we ought to have a spend the night party, chat, and color-a-thon. Oh, ooh. Now, I am going to put a little bit of this darker gray and just emphasize the curls a little bit more. Not much. And if you want to bring in this darker gray a little further, just do it very, very lightly. I'm just touching up the first gray that I put on there. Zoom out. And if you have some areas that you need to extend your color, like right here, for example, to have it make sense, based on the shape of the face, drop in that correction as well. Zoom out. Okay, guys, there you go. Again, very preliminary. Don't judge the piece right now. How many times have you guys told me that you've looked at something that I'm doing and thought, you know, in the beginning that it wasn't very special, and you've gone, oh, yuck, and then you liked how it ultimately came out? It'll work. All right, guys, I'm going to call it an evening. I've totally weirded out Wanda. Hopefully I didn't weird out anybody else. And I'm just going to tidy up this curl a little bit. There we go. Questions, comments? Well, I know, Maddie, that you've never thought yuck, but you know, some people have said, oh, you know, that's a really plain picture, da 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 da, and then they really like the piece that it comes out to be. All right, guys, love ya. Rita, good night. Rita, thanks again for your contribution. Good night, Wanda. And guys, you've got to check out that sale. Don't pass it up. Like I said, even if you don't have a printer, at least get the files. And then if you ever get a printer, you'll be able to make use of them. All right, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. I hope you learned something. And guys, please be kind to each other, okay? All right. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.